You do know there's a Super Bowl going on, right? Okay, just check.
Was Chris able to do any on-court work today?
No, not much, nothing. So.
You guys had bumps and bruises. Was everybody else able to?
Yeah, everybody went. We didn't. I mean, we did a lot of work. We didn't do any, contact work, but needed good practice.
Just for you, not having Chris here for probably a little stretch here.
Yeah.
What is the difficulty in all of that?
Well, it just takes one of the scorers off the floor. Obviously, our lineup with Chris in it is as good as anybody's starting lineup, in my opinion. With Chris out, then that hurts you, just like any team, who misses guys. The thing with Chris out, you can't have one of the other guys. That's what you learn, foul trouble or injury. I mean, we didn't have a Dame and a Chris and a Brook for a couple. That's not a good sign. That's not good for. But you take 3 guys off of any team, it's going to hurt them. So the only thing that's tough, obviously, than just missing Chris, is putting stuff in. Like today, we put a bunch of stuff in, and not having Chris on the floor, that clearly hurts it, but we still did it anyway.
Yeah. I was going to say, the last time you guys put something in is before that Dallas game. You guys executed well.
Yeah.
Do you feel like how well that went helped the buy-in?
Yeah. I mean, they bought in to the defense. They know they don't have it yet. But they've completely bought into it. They love what we're trying to do. It's an interesting group. I keep using the word grown ups. They want to be coached. They want to be told. At the other night after the Minnesota game, film wasn't fun. I can tell you that. Our talk after the next morning was not one of their better mornings, but it wasn't like I was Bobby Knight. I mean, I was just being honest, and they want you to be honest and be held accountable. And you can see the energy the next night defensively. That was probably our best defensive night of the year. I think we got over 80% of all pick and roll screens. The night before, we got over 5%. That's a hell of a jump. But you can't allow yourself to keep getting picked all night, and that's more us than them, and they did that. So that was good.
You said the other night Chris was going to, at least the next couple,
yeah,
going to miss. Is there anything more definitive than that?
No, just, it's bad ankle sprain. It ain't going to heal any soon, quickly, maybe at 21. So, and again, with Chris, probably all of our guys, but more the veteran guys, listen, I want to win every game right now, but I really want to be great at the end of the year. And at the bottom line is, for me, we have to be healthy. And that's basically, sitting with our medical people. That was the first thing I said. I'm not the coach that will push guys to play. I'm the coach right now that'll sit guys and train and prepare. Because no matter what happens, if we win them all and aren't ready, or lose them all and are ready, I'll take that. That's got to be our mindset. We want to win every game. I'm competitive as hell. I don't like losing games, but we want to be prepared.
So what's the balance there? Because Jay said the same thing the other day, whereas as players, we do want to see progress.
Yes.
But we also are judged on wins a lot. We want to win. So what's kind of
the balance is win, but learn. And while you're learning, you may not have great continuity. It's going to take a minute. But they're clearly doing it. Also conditioning. Listen, they were exhausted the other night because they played more defense. They got back. They were fighting over screens. 3 different guys gave me the signal to come out. That hadn't happened in any of the games. We're joking about it after the game. And I said, okay, so I'm going to see this more, right? Because I want to see that more. I want you to play until I need a blow. I'll put you back in. It was good for them. It was a lot of good things the other night, no matter who the opponent was. I asked Malik, how many times did you bring the ball up the floor? He said 0. I said, how many points did you have? I said, and the point we're trying to make to guys, if you get into your spots and run to the right spots and do your role, You're going to play off of Dame, play off of Giannis, and play off of Chris when he's playing. And you don't need to search. It'll come to you because they're so great. And I think offensively, that's what we're learning. And then defensively, play to exhaustion.
Is there obviously there's a downside to Chris not being in, but is there you're going to look for a positive or benefit, the Dame Giannis stuff that you're trying to work on?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Jay has not played a lot, and so he needed to get in condition. And now him playing more minutes may be a way of conditioning him. If the other way would have taken longer. The Giannis Dame thing is coming, but it's a ways away. But you can see it, like even today in practice, they had 2 or 3 times yesterday in the game where you could see them trying to figure out the 2-man game. The thing is they're both elite. And so when Giannis comes off a pick, that's it. When Dame comes off a pick, that's it, right? They have to learn, okay, maybe that's not it. Maybe I can get a better shot if I throw it back and play the 2-man game longer. And that's going to take, they're so good, it's almost bad in some ways, for them when they're together. But man, when they get it, it's going to be tough to guard.
Talk about how precious this practice time is because you weren't going to have many opportunities.
Yeah.
How different are these practices than maybe if
they're probably a little longer. I'm still, as much as it's funny, Dave and Rex wanted to go live. And I was like, we're not going live. We're just not going live. But they really wanted to do live stuff. And I said, no, just not going to do it. We can do it out of skeleton. We can do it at, full speed, but with no one guarding them. I put coaches on to guard them just because, no. Now maybe at some point we'll be able to have a live practice, maybe coming out of All-Star break. That'll be our first live practice.
Tomorrow you guys put the numbers at home. It's 2 weeks to the date of when you started.
Yeah.
Crazy.
God, it feels longer. Yeah.
So what have you learned about your team?
I don't know what I've learned. I'm always asked, I don't know. I'll let you know. They'll tell me what I've learned. You watch them, and it's good because we're playing a team a second time. That game we were in there. I thought our second unit got hurt in that game, and so we have to be better in that for sure. We're a better team. We're going to be a better team every day, in my opinion. We're just going to keep getting better.
And you feel that your team has gotten better?
Yeah, definitely.
You talked about the 2-man game a little bit. I think the other night Dame tries to throw a lob, be honest.
Yeah.
It just doesn't quite hit.
Yeah.
What have you seen from
That just a whole awful lob. Can we just say that? But the thought was perfect. And I showed them, I said, the thought was perfect. The execution of it wasn't the best. And Dame's a great lob passer. So, and then he actually threw one on the floor where he actually should have thrown it up. They both were doing this afterwards. So they're seeing it. The next step is getting it. And like them right now, instead of, this skill development generation is great, but how about skill development with someone? And so like right now, they're doing together stuff, instead of going to their basket, taking their shots and that's one of the things we're trying to change here. Like put 3 of the young guys together, run something. We need to teach them how to play basketball. This new skill development, everyone's teaching guys how to be the star. You see them step back jumpers, and like if that guy took that shot in the game, some of those guys, we'd take them out, But if he learned how to cut and move and set picks, that's what we're trying to teach our guys. Summer is skill development. Season is team development, I guess it would be the best way, yeah.